world of chaos, there is only one thing you can control: your mind. Welcome to modern Stoicism.
The paradox of happiness. Have you noticed a strange thing about happiness in our world? We know more, own more, swipe more, achieve more, yet deep down, we're restless. Why is it that with every new solution, we feel emptier? Science tells us what chemicals to chase. Twitter tells us what opinions to hold. TikTok tells us what to want. But Marcus Aurelius, long before screens and noise, whispered, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Is your happiness really yours, or just borrowed from everyone else's desires? In 2026, are you actually living or just participating? Crushing the illusion of more. Let's be real. Most people chase happiness by chasing more. More money, more success, more validation, more options, more approval, more distractions, more people, more pleasure. It never ends. If you're honest, does more ever truly satisfy, or is it only feeding a hunger that grows with every bite? Seneca, writing in exile, knew, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." So why do we keep running on this treadmill? Is it the fear of facing ourselves? The fear that in silence, with nothing, we'd finally have to meet ourselves and ask, "Who am I while I'm not chasing?" The first truth for happiness: stop chasing more. Start building enough. Enough is where happiness settles in. Control what you can, release what you can't. Ask yourself, how much time every day do you spend worrying about what you can never influence? Global news, other people's opinions, your partner's moods, traffic, weather, genetics, bosses, strangers, the economy. Epictetus wrote, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." In 2026, anxiety is the worldwide epidemic, traced not to stress itself, but to our refusal to distinguish what's ours to shape and what's beyond our reach. Imagine the freedom you'd gain from letting go of anything out of reach, putting all your energy into your reactions, your work, your habits, your virtue. Why not try? List everything you worry about today. Divide the list in half. Things I can control, things I cannot control. Now promise yourself, my happiness will only rise and fall with the first half. Radical self-honesty, unmasking your life. We live in a filtered age. Everyone's pretending, curating, comparing, but the Stoics demanded honesty over approval. Marcus Aurelius, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Happiness requires you to drop the mask. Admit your real fears, name your real desires, confront your flaws, own your mistakes. Modern psychology agrees, lasting contentment grows when integrity replaces anxiety. So ask, if you dropped every mask, what level of peace would you finally experience? How do you begin? Try journaling tonight. Write for nobody but your soul. One page, no edits, no posturing, just truth, just you. The transformation from reactivity to response. Are you living life on autopilot, or are you actually choosing, moment by moment, who you want to be? Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Emotional mastery isn't about never feeling, it's about responding, not reacting. 2026 is a world of triggers. Anger, jealousy, anxiety, comparison, they launch before you blink. What can you do? Learn to pause. Practice the Stoic method. Step back, observe, question your automatic response. Reframe every challenge. Is this a test? Is this information? Is this a lesson? Science supports it. Mindfulness, cognitive reframing, and meditation train your brain to find happiness during, not beyond, difficulty. The power of loneliness and stillness. Be honest, when's the last time you were truly alone? No texts, no notifications, no background noise, just you, your mind, your breath. Marcus Aurelius, nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Most people flee from silence, but silence is where you rebuild your center. You face old wounds. You notice your thinking. You learn who you are and who you're becoming. What might you discover about happiness if you stopped running from alone? Try schedule radical solitude. A daily 30-minute solo walk, no headphones, sit in stillness, breathe, observe, let insights rise. Embracing impermanence, the art of letting go. In 2026, everything is changing. Jobs, relationships, health, technology, the future. Stoics weren't afraid of loss. Accept everything that comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny for what could more aptly fit your needs. Marcus Aurelius. Happiness is impossible if you grip what most change. Release grudges, mourn losses, celebrate beginnings and endings. Accept change with mature joy. Don't fight the river. Swim with it. Let go and find peace in the flow. Ask, what are you afraid to lose? What would happen, really, if you accepted impermanence as part of life's beauty? Gratitude and negative visualization, the old new hacks. Gratitude isn't just a trend, it's Stoic core. Seneca, begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. But Stoics went further. Negative visualization, imagine losing what you love, not to depress yourself, but to appreciate it more. Try, tonight, imagine tomorrow you lose your job, your home, health, or a cherished relationship. How much more would you value what's here and now? Psychologists agree, gratitude and pre-loss appreciation double happiness, reduce anxiety. Write 3 things every day you'd miss if they vanished. Train your happiness on reality, not fantasy. Relationships that nourish, not exhaust. You become who you surround yourself with. Period. Seneca said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you are capable of improving. 2026 is crowded, but lonely. Most connections are surface level, transactional, draining. The recipe for joyful bonds? Depth, not numbers. Honesty, not performance. Growth, not validation. Reciprocity, not dependency. Audit your relationships. Do they feed your soul or stunt your spirit? Does your presence elevate others or just enable status quo? Choose one person to deepen with this week. Ask them a real question. Share a real answer. Build happiness together. Living purpose, craft, service, meaning. What gives your life purpose? A paycheck? A title? An applause? Or crafting something? Serving someone? Loving deeply? Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Find your happiness in work that matters. Building, teaching, nurturing, healing, growing. Your purpose is found in the solution you offer the world, not the comfort you collect. Ask, if you vanish tomorrow, what value remains in your wake? If you had 1 month left, what would you create, change, say, build? Replace empty busyness with meaningful work. Watch joy flood your days. the daily practices of a modern Stoic happy life. Consistency is king. Happiness is not an event. It's the compound effect of tiny choices practiced daily. Stoic Daily Blueprint. Morning reflection. Set intentions. Remember what's in your control. Midday calm. Find silence. Breathe. Let go of frustration. Evening gratitude. Write, share, savor what you have now. Connection practice. Elevate one conversation daily with honesty and depth. Self-honesty audit. Journal one uncomfortable truth per night. Purpose pause. Ask, did I grow, serve, or create today? Letting go ritual. Release at least one regret, fear, or more craving every evening. You don't become a Stoic version of happy by accident, but by design. Outro. Close with challenge, inspiration, community. What kept you curious through this video? What question cut deepest? If you want 2026 to be happier, show up daily. Not just with wishful thinking, but with Stoic conviction and creative action. Share your journey. Drop your favorite insight below. Subscribe for ancient wisdom with modern action. And if you're ready to master happiness, join the tribe. Let's keep walking awake into the new year together.